Edinburgh Waverley, 9th of April 1912. Row upon row of clattering horses and creaking carriages, coal dust and choking heat and billowing steam. Sizzling braziers selling chestnuts, newspapermen shouting, porters hollering, trains whistling, engines chuffing, voices echoing. The chaos of valises, trunks, portmanteaus, bags, trolleys, the ticking heartbeat of the station clock. It seemed but a moment since I was last here with Lawrence, throwing a brotherly arm around my shoulder. "Look sharp, old man, and don't let mother worry too much." He had bounded onto the Maiden of the Mist with puppy dog enthusiasm. The send-off had been casual. Lawrence in his adventures. He'd really outdone himself this time. He would dine out on tales of his Antarctic expedition for years to come. Now, a year later, it was my turn to board the same train. Lil's letter. "Brian, you must come home," Mother says. Wasn't possible to ignore. First class in the dining car had been cancelled due to the coal strike, but second class was sufficient. Conditions had been far, far worse in the army. Bag stowed, I turned to find a seat. A black hat. Tumbling bags. Someone falling fast. And cordite, burning flesh, the man next to me spinning round as if punched by a giant fist. A bloody iron sharp reeking splatter. "Grab him." Her? Her. Bird-like bones beneath my grip, and the scent of Unair and Balm, Lil's favourite cologne. Heliotrope and ambiguous. Sweetness. Musk. Little huffs of breath, not groans. Soft brown feathery tweed, not thick sodden bloody khaki wool. Breathe. Not South Africa. A train. Pull yourself together, man. Mother would love that hat. "You must take the last train from Waverley on April 9th. Black velvet with a black rose." I'd almost knocked pretty black hat into next week.
I beg your pardon?
Was she hurt? My stomach knotted. A large valise and a carpet bag lay at her feet. I picked them up. She took a hasty step back. "Yours?" A nod. "May I store them for you?"
The valise.
She said.
I'll take the bag.
I handed her the bag, lifted the heavy case onto the shelf. When I turned back, she was gone. She had secreted herself in a far corner, as far away from everyone as it was possible to be, and was perched by the window, reading. The damned hat brim prevented even a glimpse of her face. Her voice had been mellifluous, though. A nightingale. In the long vac, I had often searched for those elusive, shy little birds, waiting until dusk to enjoy their exquisite song shimmering on the evening air. Closing my eyes, I tried to hear that glorious music again, to drown out my nagging fears, the unceasing echoes of war. Somewhere in that eternity of an afternoon, I drifted off, waking only when I felt the carriage shudder beneath me. Nightingale was sleeping, snuggled into her coat. Framed behind her, the weather had taken a turn for the worse. Purpling thunderclouds were surging across the ice-grey sky, forming insurmountable mountains and vast precipitous abysses. A sudden oppressive pressure and plummeting temperature drop presaged a mighty storm. The light dimmed. For a moment inside the carriage all was still. It seemed the world held its breath. And then it began.